Hello people, today we're going to be looking into leak lists, and the leak list seems to be true. More and more Devblogs are coming out that has the exact same vehicles that's on the leak list. We can see like the recent Devblogs, the USS Tennessee's and the Zeus 23 4M2 and the T1E1, maybe 19042 as well, was in the leak list, and they are coming out now. But does this mean that the whole leak list will be true? Well, there's a chance that things might change over time. Like the upcoming updates is releasing in September, Gaijin might remove or add new vehicles in the upcoming update. So we're not 100% sure because these things change over time. But we're going to be looking into all the vehicles are in the leak list, and I'm going to talk about them. The first vehicle we're going to be looking into the leak list will be the A10C. It's another variation of the A10 that has more guided ammunition like bombs, and also comes with the AIM-9Ms, Sidewinder missiles. These are air-to-air missiles that are better at like AIM-9Ls, Sidewinders. But that also means the BR might be increased to 11.0. If that's the case, the A10C might not be a good plane to have since you have better options at that BR. F5E or the F4E Phantom 2, it can carry more armaments and it has like dogfighting abilities compared to the A10C. Like if we play this BR at 11.0, you have fighting faster fighter planes that can reach the battlefield faster compared to you, and also they're gonna be more AAs, like proper AAs that are longer range, and you're gonna be an easy target. I don't expect the A10C to be a good plane for top tier. The next vehicle we're gonna be looking into the leak list will be a T1E1, the 90mm version of this. Like we already have the T1E1 76mm version, and it's already really good. Like it has great mobility. Like has the exact same speed going forward and backward. That's really big in playing Warthunder because that means you can fire and move back. But the question is, what BR will it be? If this gonna be like at 6.0 or 6.3, it's gonna be complete garbage. Since you have better options. Again, you have a lot better options for America, especially the Jumbo 76. But if it's gonna be 5.7 in the other end, this might be a really good vehicle to play. And there's also the USS Tennessee, the BBB 43. If you want to know more about it, you can read it in the devblog. I'll leave the links in the description if you guys want to read more about them, including the T1E1 as well. Now moving from America to Germany. Germany is getting a lot of love in this update. I'm really excited. It's getting a minor tech tree from Switzerland, and these are the vehicles it's getting. First is the F5E. The F5E is probably going to be exact copy from the US tech tree. I just hope it gets all the armament, including the AGMs. Like I really want to see them in the German tech tree because top tier Germany suffers from cast blinks a lot. So adding the F5E is going to be really nice for them. Germany is also getting F18C before America. This is going to be like, it's going to anger a lot of players for the like the American main, but I don't really mind. It doesn't really matter who gets like the planes first, since like over time, Gaijin is going to add a lot of F18Cs and then multiple variants of them, especially for the US tech tree. So I don't really mind, and it's going to be like a great plane to add for Germany. And America is already like a dominant force at top tier air. Like you see the F-14s all the time, the F-16s. Compared now, like America is already a dominant force in the air. And it makes sense that Gaijin would add something that is American made before they give it to America, because it gives incentive to other people to play other nations and try new stuff out. The next plane is the P-16. So this is a prototype plane that was made, and it comes with really good 30mm cannons. Those cannon has really nice guns that can instantly destroy planes. But the plane itself is gonna be a flying brick. I suspect it's gonna have some armaments at least, but with the performance of the plane, it might actually be at battle rating 7.3 or 7.7. That's what I suspect. The next vehicle, I'm gonna be compiling it together because this is not gonna be going to one nation. It's gonna be going to 3 nations. It's the 9A33OSA. So this is an AA system. They're going to be added to the game. And it's going to be going to Switzerland. That means it's going to be going to Germany. It's going to be going to Hungary. And that means it's going to be going to Italy. And it's going to be at Russia as well, since the Russians are the ones who made this. And I know, new AA system to Russia? Ooh, who would have guessed? Because Russia has a lot of AAs now. From lower BR now to top tier. So this is a good add-on. Like Germany and also Italy, they suffer from certain BRs to have lack of AA, and this is one of them. Since in top tier, the planes has a habit of taking over the games a lot harder than lower BRs. And this is gonna be a big upgrade for like the other nations like Germany and Italy, since this missile it fires the same missile as the Strela 10 M2, so over 11-kilometer range. And we already know the Strela M2, it's a really good AAs, and giving it to the other nations is gonna be really nice. So the next vehicle for Switzerland will be the Boxer, simply just the whole of the vehicle, right? So whatever's at the top, it will be called. So if it's gonna be the Sky Ranger variant, so this is the Sky Ranger, it has an AA system at the top. The AA system has proxy shots, so if they add this, it's gonna be really nice. I just wish it's gonna be this version of the vehicle instead of the other one. The other variant of the vehicle is the Boxer with the Puma turret. So you also get the Puma variant, and you also get the Sky Ranger variant. The Sky Ranger will be much more preferable than the Puma, because the Sky Ranger gets the air defense system. So that's going to be a variant of a vehicle that I really want to see in Warthunder. Switzerland will also get the Puma called the S1. So this one is different. It has the same hull and the same turret. The only difference is it gets rocket. It gets spike rockets. So it's the fire forget rockets. So you can just look at the target, fire and forget them and move on. So this is going to be an upgrade to the other Puma we have in the game. To be honest, the spike missiles are not going to be like much of a big upgrade for the Puma. It's good to have, but the thing is, the missiles themselves, they don't do much good damage against MPTs. Like if you look at the target and fire them, normally they just hit the turret where the hardest armor is, instead of at the very top of the vehicle. The only time I found the spike missiles to be even useful, it's usually light vehicles like Centauros and stuff like that, or even AAs. But something like Abram or T90, but majority of times the missile will just hit the turret where the hardest armor is, like I said before. The other stuff the Puma is gonna have, if they add it, S1, is gonna be the active protection system. I don't know if they're gonna add it, but they added it. Okay, nice, that's good. So you might be able to protect yourself against ATGMs if any vehicle they bring up that has ATGM. We're done with Switzerland. We're gonna be moving on to Russia now. For Russia, they're gonna be adding a banger plane called the SU-24M. So this plane is gonna be a cast plane for me. I don't think it's gonna be a fighter much. It looks like all the armament it's gonna get, it's gonna be a really good cast plane. If you look at the armament, you can see it can carry a lot of bombs, rockets, and the cannon is a rotary cannon, so it spins around when it fires. That's interesting. And I'm sure it's gonna replace the SU-25. Like, SU-25 is slow compared to this. Like, this is a really fast jet. Now, the next vehicle I'm gonna be mentioning would be, I'm gonna combine it to two nations because it's gonna be available both for Sweden and for Russia. It's the KB-1C and the KB-1A. Well, technically the KB-1A is gonna be for Finland, that's on the Sweden tech fleet. And for the KB-1C, the 190-42 version, it's gonna be for Russia. So these two vehicles, they both have the same gun as a KB-1 ZIS-5. It has a ZIS-5 gun, but the turret is completely different. It has the same turret as the KB-1C. So technically, we already have it in the game. It's just that it doesn't come with the 75mm cannon for the KB-1C. Instead, it's gonna get a 76mm, the Russian one, the ZIS-5 cannon. Is it gonna be a huge upgrade? I'm not really sure. Like, I need to look at the turret more to figure out what's the armor value is like. But generally, KB-1s are already infamous in Warthunder already. Like, the KB-1 ZIS-5 already took over the game. And also the KB-1 L11, and then there's also the KB-1 EOB. All those KB tanks are amazing vehicles in Warthunder, and in my opinion, they're superior than T-34s. We'll be going to Britain now. Like, Britain's getting two new stuff. First is the Super Hind. Super Hind is a South African helicopter that is simply is an upgraded Mi-24 with a new cannon. And also some little bit of difference on the aerodynamics, if I'm not mistaken. I don't play much helicopter, so I can't say much about this. But the other thing I really can't talk much about is the Warspite 03. I really don't know anything about ships, so gonna have to look at Wikipedia, guys. Sorry. Now we're gonna be moving to Japan. Japan is getting 3 vehicles, and 2 of them are exactly the same. What do you mean? So what I mean is, they're getting the CTWV, the ICV, and they're getting also the CTWV RCV. They're the same vehicle, their turret is the same, their hull is the same, the speed is gonna be the same, everything exactly the same. The only difference the ICV and the RCV is gonna get is one of them has a crew in the turret and the other one doesn't have any crews in the turret. So it's a crewless turret tank. Well, crewless turret wheeled vehicle. So those are the two differences. It's gonna be super fast, that's it. So imagine a Centauro or a Vilcus. Well, more like a Vilcus. So if you ever play the Vilcus, that's gonna be the same experience. Or the French vehicle, the VBCI-2 MCT-30. So those are the two vehicles you can compare the ICV and the RCV. So the next one is the Amagi. It's a boat. There's no pictures of this boat because I don't know why. I don't know much about boats, but here's a propaganda piece or artwork of the ship. Looks cool. Moving on to China. Now we're gonna be moving into China. China's getting a lot of stuff in this upcoming update. First thing is the J10. They're getting two different versions of J10. It's getting just the J10 and the J10A. I presume the J10A is gonna be getting all of the other armaments compared to the normal J10, and maybe it's gonna be a little bit lower BR. It looks cool, and I'm sure like a lot of Chinese players out there are gonna be probably playing this and putting the Chinese flag and saying, "Ooh, China's getting stronger." That's what's probably gonna happen. Now for the next one is the squadron vehicles China's getting, and it's my arch nemesis, Pakistan, the JF-17. It's gonna be a squadron vehicle that's coming out for the Chinese tech tree. So the JF-17 is just like a copy of a F-16. It's gonna be coming with Fox 3 missiles, I presume. Plus, it's a squadron vehicle. Since it's a squadron vehicle, this gives the players to just buy a top tier jet. Like, this is gonna be almost the same characteristics as a F-16, right? But I don't like the idea that people can just buy themselves a top tier instead of like, you know, playing the game normally. And there's gonna be a lot of like players who just G it instead of like even waiting for the squadron research to be done. But maybe that's just how Warthunder want to move forward with their like live service. The JF-17 is just gonna be an exact same performance. I believe the same performance like the F-16. That's right. The JF-17 is what if China copied the F-16, like copied the complete way. And the way they did it was they actually bought one F-16, if I remember right in history. They bought one F-16, and instead of like asking or making deal with the Americans to buy more, they just open it up and reverse engineer it, and they made the JF-17 with it. So this is their way of like selling this vehicle to other nations, like example Pakistan, so they can have almost the exact same performance as the F-16. And also China will be getting the JA-7 Premium, a premium top tier plane. That's probably gonna be the same BR as the counterpart at 11.7 or 12.0. And this is gonna be a majority time a cast plane. It's not gonna be like, I believe, good at aerialistic. It's more gonna be a cast job. But there probably gonna be people there who's gonna be buying this to grind out the whole Chinese tech tree, because it's gonna be the very top tier, if I'm not mistaken. And it's gonna be a good plane to grind out the whole of aviation by buying this premium, because it's gonna be a very top tier premium. And now for the most memeable Chinese thing they can do. They're gonna get a Toyota truck with AA system on it. Look at this thing. It's hilarious. But based on the BR, we would see like how good it is. If it's a certain BR where the helicopter has like 12-50 kilometer range, the missiles are probably gonna be completely useless. It's only gonna be used for radar A when the things gets close enough to the battlefield. But we'll see like what are the performance of the missiles. The last vehicle will be the MBT 2000. It's a premium. This is gonna be the top tier MBT for China. Since we already got like the M1A1 clickbait and the Leopard 2 AM4M, the China is also getting a top tier MBT. So this is gonna be the answer for the Chinese player base. There's gonna be a lot of players buying this for sure. Like again, Gaijin has a habit of making money by selling top tier premium. They know it sells like hotcakes. Now for the final vehicle will be the Kafir C10 for Israel. So this is the only thing that Israel's getting at this update. At least Israel's getting something compared to France. France didn't get anything in the leak list. But again, this is a leak list, so these things might change. Like French, there's a chance French might get something. So the Kafir is probably going to be the export version. With that, the whole leak list is done. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.